A belated Merry Christmas and an early Happy New Year to everybody across YouTube and across the world. This is Brandon from the SAS, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, with tonight's edition of Pizza Night. Tonight is Friday night, December 28th, 2012, and tonight I have ordered from a place called Virgin Pizza, which is on Columbia Pike in Arlington, Virginia. Again, another place, kind of like the La Batola place, this joint, that actually delivers from Arlington to Alexandria. You don't see a ton of that in my area, but in this particular case you do, so I'm very happy for that. So we've got Virgin Pizza for this evening. But anyway, people have been asking me for the last couple of days and so forth, how is your sister? Unfortunately, my sister Angie did pass away. If you saw the episode, the McRib, on the road episode, there was a little dedication to her at the end. She passed away from complications of liver failure at the age of 48. Anyway, so if you haven't filled out your donor cards on your licenses and everything, go ahead and do that. Be cool, because when you're dead, why do you need your liver and everything anyway, right? So anyway, with that being said, moving on, onward and upward. Virgin Pizza, basically the way I found out about them is I do a walk in my building every day. It's a 16-floor straight building. Each floor is about a 1/16 of a mile. So if I do all 16 floors, zigzag down, it's about a mile of a walk with some stairs involved and some other stuff. So it's a decent little bit of exercise. But anyway, Virgin Pizza left some of these pamphlets on the 5th and 6th floor in my building recently, not any up on my floor for whatever reason. But they are in Arlington, Virginia, like I was saying, and they have a pretty interesting menu, you know, burgers and subs and all that stuff that most pizza joints have. But they've got a lot of toppings. Just taking a look at the length of that list right there without focusing on it, wow. And some things that I noticed on their meat list, they've got turkey and veal. Wow, that's interesting for a pizza topping. I've never heard of either one of those on pizza, but that would be pretty cool. Maybe I'll try that another time. Also, people have been asking why I do a pepperoni pizza review every week. That's not necessarily true. Well, actually it is, because my definition of pizza is crust, sauce, cheese, and pepperoni, and then whatever the hell else you want to put on it, okay? Because pepperoni goes on every pizza. All right, so with that being said, hey, guess what? There's pepperoni on this pizza. I asked for their hand-tossed crust. This looks a little thin, but it's certainly not crispy, so I'm not too offended. It's kind of cold. It took about an hour to get here upon delivery, but they did actually take $1.25 or something off of my bill, just out of the blue, because they said that I would have gotten it cheaper for calling them rather than ordering online. So if anybody wants to actually, you know, order their pizza, call them, apparently, because they have awesome specials where you get unlimited toppings on your pizza. In this case, with the medium-sized pizza, it's $11.99. The large is $14.99, and they have a 20-inch party size for $25, $24.99. That's a pretty damn good deal. I forgot to separate myself out a piece, but taking a look at it, like I said, the crust is kind of thin, but it's not crispy, so I won't hold that against them. The cheese looks pretty good. I asked for, in this particular case, shredded mozzarella and also fresh mozzarella, and I see both on there. So that's really cool. Also asked for double pepperoni. Looking at the surface, it doesn't look like there's a ton of pepperoni, but there are some pepperonis buried under the cheese, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that until we try it. Also hamburger, jalapenos, and pineapple. So this is basically a variation of the Brandon special. And let me see if I can't dig this 420 slice out right here. Actually, it's more like a 415 almost. Here it comes. Ah, there we go. Got most of it, and got some from the other one. Oh, well. So anyway, nice sloppy piece of pizza. I like that. Let's discard that right there hanging on. All right. And take a look at it. It's got some nice browning on the cheese. The cheese looks really stretchy. The pepperonis are standard size, a little greasy looking, but we can look past that. Jalapenos don't look particularly cooked or anything. They look pretty fresh, though, and that's a good thing. Hopefully they're not just pickled, jarred jalapenos. And the pineapple is a little charred there. I'm sure it's just fine. Anyway, with that being said, guys, take a look at this really cool box. While I take a bite, it's kind of like that other box that we saw, except for without the weird people everywhere. And there's some people having a drink. So anyway, take a look at the box. I'm taking a bite. Wow, that's really good. And wouldn't it be cool if a pepperoni pizza actually rose every day instead of the sun? I'm just saying. So anyway, yeah, I'm wearing my glasses today. What do you know? But anyway, I dropped the jalapeno on the floor. I hope the cat doesn't get to it. This pizza's really good. I actually like the thin crust in this case. It's not crispy at all. It reminds you of like a Brooklyn-style thin crust, not like, thin and crispy cracker bullcrap. Like it. Sauce is neutral. It's pretty good. Not too sweet, not too sour. Basically the way I like it. I'm not going to complain about that. The cheese is badass, alright? It's nice and stretchy and smoky tasting, and the addition of the fresh mozzarella on there was really good. The toppings taste really fresh. Pepperoni is not particularly crispy, but I can look past that. Otherwise, the beef tasted really good. I got a nice spice from the jalapeno going on and a little bit of sweetness from that pineapple, so I'm loving this pizza. Guys, I like virgin pizza. Never mind the strange name. Never mind the fact that it took an hour to get here. I like virgin pizza. So if you get a chance, you should order virgin pizza because I'm giving it a thumbs up. That's a rarity, and that might put it in the running for Best Pizza of the Year, which I will be crowning next week on Pizza Night. Anyway, I also got a side, so let's take a look at that. This is called fried dough. I wasn't really knowing what to expect. They said it came with marinara sauce and mozzarella cheese, and I'll say it did. Wow. This is like a big old plate of goo, So anyway, looks like you got hunks of dough in here that are apparently fried. There's lots of cheese in here, and the marinara sauce seems to be mostly on the bottom, but it's a little bit mixed in. Let me go ahead and grab one of these. They're kind of soggy. I don't know how they're supposed to be. Maybe that's how they're supposed to be, but we'll see. Anyway, so take a look at this mess while I take a bite. Alright, so that was basically the way it looks, a soggy mess. The dough seemed to have a pretty good flavor to it, but it's so mushy and soft. I'm not really sure if that's how it's supposed to be or if that's just a byproduct of it taking an hour to get here. I ordered it at 8:02. They called me at 8:20 with a bunch of questions about my order. Called me back about 2 minutes later and asked me if I wanted the cheese and the mozzarella, the cheese and the marinara. I said, of course I do. But I'm not sure what to think about that. I'm only giving that about a quarter thumb up, Consolation prizes, you guys get a thumb up on your pizza. That stuff is effing amazing. Other than that, the fried dough, not really digging it. So we'll see if I can pawn that off on somebody else tomorrow. Anyway, also I want to say goodbye to Greg from freezerburns.com. He's not doing his show anymore. He, along with Reckless Eating and Cult Moo, actually helped forge my, journey into this video blogging world of food and whatnot. Hope you decide to do some more episodes at some point, Greg, but at this point, bye-bye, fella. And speaking of bye-bye, I'll be saying bye-bye and Happy New Year to everybody from the SAS. Please subscribe, join the SAS on Facebook, like and favorite the videos, do all that cool stuff to make me famous. And I will see you guys when I see you, which will be on the road next week on New Year's Day. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.